Yo, welcome to the channel, legend. For real, I'm hyped you're here. If it's your first time, hit that subscribe button, like it owes you money. And share this with someone who loves chaos even. Your grandma might vibe with this one. Drop your city in the comments. I want to know where this story's landing. Trust me, this one. It's different. Let's not waste time. Let's dive in. There's a unique kind of dread that creeps into a man's bones when he starts to feel like something's rotting inside his own home. It doesn't scream. It whispers, slow. A slither of unease curling in your gut. At first I brushed it off. Thought I was just being paranoid. Her new late nights, the sudden privacy obsession, a passcode on her phone she'd never used before. And the way her eyes started floating past me like I was furniture. I kept telling myself, don't be that guy. Don't jump to conclusions. But the night everything snapped, I stopped being that guy. And she never saw it coming. I'm Noah, 35, architect. I've been married to Ava for 8 years. 8 years of believing I knew her thoughts, her moves, her rhythms. She worked in marketing, mid-level agency, carried herself like every room belonged to her. Early in our marriage, that confidence lit me up with pride. But somewhere in the last 6 months, that pride turned to suspicion. Then to a kind of cold rage. It started with what she casually called company retreats. Twice a month, whole. Weekends vanished. No texts, no check-ins. And when she came back, she'd be glowing. Too glowing. Floating in like a woman reborn, casually unpacking lingerie I'd never seen before. Not once. And when I asked, she'd smile. Work stressful? This helps? Nah, that wasn't stress relief. That was euphoria, guiltless, curated pleasure. I couldn't ignore it anymore. So I did what every man does when he's standing at the edge of suspicion with no proof. I followed her. She told me it was a strategic off-site at her boss's. Estate in the hills. Exclusive. Confidential. I waited until sunset, then made the drive. Parked far off, quiet, hiked through dense underbrush, moving slow until I found the place. Modern architecture, glass walls, clean angles, glowing like a mirage. Ambient music oozed from inside, low and smooth. I crept closer, heart hammering, and hid behind neatly trimmed hedges. And then I saw it. Ava, my wife, half-dressed, draped across. 2 men and another woman like. It was a scene from some twisted, high-budget adult film. Laughter, touching, teasing. No guilt, no shame, no surprise. This wasn't a mistake. This was choreography planned, performed, repeated. And Ava, she wasn't just participating, she was leading. I pulled my phone out, hands shaking. I filmed. For 1 minute and 47 seconds, I captured everything. The moans. The murmurs. Her boss feeding her strawberries, lips brushing lips. A man caressing her spine while she giggled like a teenager in love. That moment is burned into my memory like a scar carved with fire. Then, behind me snap, branch. I froze. Someone was nearby. I didn't wait. I bolted through the brush, breath ragged, jumped into my car, and drove until my hands stopped trembling. Ended up in a dive bar 2 towns away. Bourbon in hand, throat dry, trying to make sense of what I'd just witnessed. That's when she appeared. She slid into the booth next to me like a ghost with purpose. Jet black hair, eyes like steel. Her presence was icy, but her voice razor sharp. You were at the house, she said. I tensed. She sipped her drink, never breaking eye contact. I watched you leave. I stayed quiet. Relax, she said. I'm not here to expose you. Another sip. I'm married to the tall one, the strawberry guy. She turned, eyes hard. I want the footage. If you're taking them down, I want in. Her name was Tessa, Mason's wife. Mason, the silver-haired executive, treating my wife like she was just another perk of his job. She was calm, clinical, dangerous. You caught me filming? I asked. She nodded. Thought you were either a creep or a fellow casualty. Casualty? Someone. Like me? Lied to. Humiliated. Then she showed me her phone, messages, screenshots, financial records. Mason had been funneling company money to fund these weekends. My wife was just the latest recruit in a long-running executive fantasy. He thinks I won't burn it all down, Tessa said. He thinks I'm too comfortable in his empire. Then she looked at me. Still got that video? I gave a slow nod. Perfect. She whispered. We sat in silence. Bourbon, betrayal, shared stillness between two people who'd just watched their lives twist into something unrecognizable. What's your plan? I finally asked. She leaned in. Mason's under audit. What he doesn't know, I filed the anonymous complaint. That video you got, it'll do more than expose him. It'll nuke everything. Bitave want her gone too. I clenched my jaw. Same. Tessa's voice dipped low. She walks like she owns everything. Talks like people owe her attention. I want to burn her image to ash. That was the first time I smiled. Days passed like everything was normal. Ava came back from her retreat beaming, all fake joy and staged affection. How was your weekend? She asked, kissing my cheek. Productive, I said with a smile. She had no idea. Phase 1 was already underway. Tessa had reached out to a hard-nosed journalist known for exposing corporate filth. We curated the evidence. I trimmed the footage, faces blurred except for Ava and Mason. She compiled everything else as Spence reports. Shady emails, travel bills, patterns of abuse, a bomb in the making. But we waited. For the perfect moment, Ava, unaware, decided to host a dinner party exclusive high stakes, a networking event at our house. Mason and his top dogs were invited. I need you there, she said sweetly. Your support means everything. Support. That word tasted like ash. Tessa would be there too. Mason still trusted her. Fool. The night arrived. Ava moved through the house like a director on opening. Night adjusting lights, smoothing tablecloths, perfecting wine placements. Tonight's crucial, she said. Mason says the board's thrilled with our latest campaign. This dinner could seal everything. I smiled. Everything's ready, and it was. Projector above the fireplace, syncs to my phone. Remote. Hidden in my pocket, Mason arrived first. Navy suit, Rolex flashing. Ava kissed his cheek like she hadn't been caught on tape desecrating our marriage. Evening, champ, he said to me with a wink. I held my fists behind my back. The rest followed, executives, board members, even a wide-eyed intern Ava once dismissed. Dinner rolled on with fake laughter and lobster, Ava glowing. Mason grandstanding, then he raised his glass. None of this happens without teamwork, he said, especially from visionaries like Ava. Smiles, toasts, laughter. I stood slowly. Speaking of vision, I said, pulling out the remote. I've got something to share. Ava's smile froze. Noah. Wait, what are you? Clip. The lights dimmed. The projector buzzed to life. Footage played. Ava, in lingerie draped over Mason, hands slipping out of frame, gasps. A fork clattered. Someone muttered, "Is that Char?" Mason jumped. Turn that off. Clicked again. Another. Clip worse. Another man. Another woman. A bottle of champagne pouring. Unraveling chaos. Eyes wide. Mouths agape. Then, like poetry, Tessa entered. Heels like gunshots. Calm as a judge. Now that everyone's informed, she said, the board has received everything. Fraud, harassment, abuse of power. Mason turned white. You wouldn't too late, she snapped. Your replacement starts Monday? Phones. Lit up. A board member cursed. The intern fled. Mason lunged at me. Tessa stepped in. Touch him, and I'll make sure you rot in a cell. Ava stood shaking. Noah, I can explain. I stared straight through her. You said I was paranoid, that I imagined it all. Tears welled. She had no words. I turned to the room. Desserts in the fridge, I said. It's bitter. I walked out. By Monday, Mason was fired. With cause, Tessa filed for divorce. Served the papers right in his gym locker room. Ava was suspended. Was quietly erased days later. Then the footage hit the internet in anonymous leak. Forums exploded. Corporate heads rolled. Investigations. Resignations. Her name vanished from every page, every email thread, every office whisper, And me? I didn't speak, didn't explain. I vanished from her world. 2 nights later, Ava called, sobbing on my voicemail. 3 nights in, she showed up, pounding on my door. I let her knock. When I opened it, she was wrecked. Hair a mess, eyes bloodshot, shoulders slumped. "Noah," she cried. "Please, I messed up." I stayed silent. I lost everything. Mason, the job. I just wanted something different. "You mean you detonated your life for a thrill?" I said. She flinched. I didn't. "Think it would get this bad?" I stepped aside just enough for her to lean in, then stopped her. "I never said you could come in." She froze. Then I opened the door. I handed her a manila envelope. "Your exit papers. House is mine. You get nothing."
Alfie.
"The affairs. Documented. My lawyer says you're toast." Her face drained. "I have nowhere to go." I didn't blink. "Not my problem." She reached for me. I stepped back. "Do you remember when I came home from 16-hour shifts, trying to build something real?" I asked. She nodded. "You called me boring, predictable." Tears slipped. "I was building a life. You torched it." "I didn't mean to hurt you," she whispered. "I'm not hurt," I said. "I'm free." She left with nothing but silence. She was erased. Her name became poison in her industry. Her friends vanished. She was a ghost with no haunt left. As for me, I sold the house, took 6 months off, drifted through Europe, started a consulting firm. Less work, more money, more life. In Lisbon, I met someone. Real. No masks. "Over coffee?" she asked. "Have you ever been in love?" I smiled. "I thought I was," I said. "But really, I was just someone else's stepping stone." Ava once said I'd never leave, that I had no options. She was wrong, because revenge doesn't always explode. Sometimes it whispers. Sometimes it's silence. And the silence is enough.